welcome to this live stream, or this late stream here. My name's Misinformed.
And I am Psycho Dyko, and we are excited for you to be joining us here this evening or this day, whenever you're listening to this. I'm sure it's amazing.
It's Onesie Sunday here at TGSS, and we're dealing with the Adder Ladies versus the Sydney Roller Derby League, and it's looking game on moles.
It's going to be game on moles, and they are ready to roll. It's going to be a clash to remember. I feel like on this super slippery ice skating track, there are going to be some massive hits and some bone-shattering crunches.
All right, we're going to hope that you guys. Can hear. We've got Moody Bitch lining up for Sydney, up against the Philistine for Adelaide.
Just clarifying some technical issues, making sure that we are being fully encapsulated all of the action.
Hey, if we get a little bit weird, guys, it's because we actually cannot see what's going on the camera.
So we've got nothing to do with that. We're basically just two separate entities that are being combined together to bring you all of the awesomeness in one beautiful package.
All right, so here we go, game on moles. We've got the Philistine up against Moody Bitch. Kicking things off now. It's these girls have gone, like these two teams, gone ahead a number of times at a number of TGSSs, and it's normally the point that Adelaides get knocked out. I'm not gonna lie.
Fingers crossed the Adelaides can go through. They do have a strong contingency of fans here to cheer them on. I mean, they do have the home track advantage.
Short travel. But realistically, everyone's got the same colours, so who knows who's barracking for who. Girls are away.
It's all of the red and black on the track, and Moody Bitch is pushing away very hard at the front. Adelaide's holding it back.
Same thing happening with the Sydney blockers. Philistine trying to desperately break through, but it's Moody Bitch through lead jammer for Sydney. Philistine now is broken through right up her sphincter as the pack is moving about the same pace.
It is moving super fast. There have been a lot of whistles and a lot of blockers heading to the bin. Very light out on the track, but Adelaide's with the advantage. Moody Bitch hoping that won't hold her back. And it doesn't. She gets herself the quick 2 points and calls off the jam before any on the board for the Adelaides. I think Philly thought she had herself one on there.
Oh, it's legs 11 against legs 11. It is. Power Pout up against Kilikazi. That's the same person.
Pretty much, I think. So we got Kilikazi in the black with the red. No, red.
Other way around.
Numbers. Gee, see, exactly. That's what's happening. And Power Pout in the black with the red numbers and the red star and
Power Pout
out in front.
Kilikazi not having as much luck. She's being held up, pretty much brought to a standstill. Welcome back to the pack. Power Pout, here she comes. Bane just smashes through. She's just dealing with a couple of Adelaides now. Alcatraz inside line. Kilikazi somehow has stepped out in front. Power Pout though, if she passes, she's lapped her. So
she gets herself the 5 points. I think Kilikazi went for the star stash there to try and get her way out. It worked. It got her out of the pack, but did not fool Power Pout. She was all over that. Wow, we have just a slight size difference here with Trinket
up against Minky. And Trinket's not that short. Minky's just that tall.
She's quite tall and
full pack of blockers.
And getting ready for the big charge. Trinket just sliding behind her there. But Minky pushing super hard at the front.
Trinket not having any luck getting through. Minky through though. Trinket now has busted her way around as Blue Renegade goes to the naughty corner.
We have some very fast packs here to start off. It'll be interesting to see if they can maintain this pace throughout the entire bout.
Absolutely, it's been a big day for both teams.
We are on day 2 of TGSS, so a big weekend. And Trinket trying to squeeze just one, but none on the board, and 2 for Minky before she calls it off.
7 points there. Sydney girls, 0 to the Adder Ladies as Ra steps up again against Moody Bitch.
And Sydney find themselves with the pack advantage, 4-2. Adelaide's looking to hold it as a dynamic duo.
Adelaide had a lot of trouble with this earlier in the last bout, where they really got stuck in the penalty box, and they really lost a lot of points very early, or sort of mid-bout, just due to penalties and there not being enough blockers on the track to stop what was happening.
Seems to be a bit of a theme this weekend. A lot of games start off quite close. It's basically the blowout happens as soon as the penalties happen, and teams really need to be keeping it clean to try and get themselves forward. And Ra just finding no love or luck at the back of this pack.
Moody Bitch, however, is smashing it with a grand slam. If you hear lots of whistles, guys, there are a lot of tracks going on in this area, and there's a lot of sound bleed. Ra through now. Moody Bitch mid-pack. She breaks through now and she calls it off. Good call.
Good track awareness there, just taking a look, checking where Ra was. I think a sneaky glance across to her bench as well, just to make sure that that was the call that they wanted.
And we've got Pow Pout now up against the Philistine from Adelaide. And we've kind of swapped things over now. We've only got 2 blockers here from the Sydney girls. We've got 3 for the Adelaides. Let's see how this plays out. Thoughts, Psycho Dyko?
Feels like we've got a pretty dynamic duo out there for the Sydney team, but Adelaide's look pumped and ready to just trap Pow Pow.
Oh, there it is, Lee Jammer.
Trying to work there an assist, but definitely went to the advantage of the Adelaides. Philistine.
Oh, look at Pow Pow's technique. Look at that, just bang, super low, legs out.
Long strides,
absolutely.
big stretches.
Oh! And is that it? Are we welcoming the Adelaides to the scoreboard? Yes, we are. 3 points for the Adelaides, 18 to the Sydney.
Perfect timing call off there by the Philistine, just stopping any points on the board. It's very was very close.
Very slow considered skater is the Philistine, which is quite lovely to watch. Killer Kazi now lining up against Brat Pitt.
And we've got a 2-4 pack advantage to the Adelaides.
And it pays off.
Taking advantage of that, blasting out in front, getting the lead.
Oh, Brat Pitt falling down, costing some time. Meanwhile, here come the other 2 jammers from the Sydney girls, and they look ready to absolutely engage the second that they can.
They flew out of that penalty box to catch up to the super speedy track. Excellent work there, great call off. Killer Kazi with some beautiful jamming.
Ladies, hopefully just getting off to a little bit of a slow start, or finding their feet. So, 4 points there in that jam, 7 points, ADRD, 18, SRDL. Moody Bitch now up against Trinket. Yep.
And we've got I've seen a bit of a resurgence of the pivot start this weekend. The pivot line.
It's been exciting. I just keep waiting for a team just to get the message wrong and drop knee.
I've been waiting for it as well, but we've got Sydney out in front, Moody Beach with the lead. Trinket is hot on her heels.
And the pack moving just as fast, basically, and very messy. So, curious to see how this one plays out. Here come the girls. Oh! Beautiful work from Moody Beach. 1 point apiece.
Luckily, we almost had a little bit of super confusion there. The Adelaide's bench hearing the whistles from the other track and almost coming out onto the track a little bit too early. Pulled back very quickly. That was a very fast recovery.
God, track 3 really needs to just tone the whistle excitement down just quietly. Ra now lining up for the Adelaides up against Pow Pout for the Sydney girls. Here they are, they're away. Pow Pout straight in. Ra having to bounce around. Both of the girls seeing how they go. Pow Pout looks like she's got the inside line, giving it a go. Ra's kind of lost distance. Pow Pout through. Lead jammer.
Pow Pout pushing very hard. That long lean figure has obviously got a lot of lean muscle underneath it. She had some strong pushing there. And it looks like we might have had a star pass. I believe that we've got Harry Smiles holding onto the jammer panty. And how about getting called for the cut? She didn't look very happy about that one.
And Harry Smiles now, busting it out. Power jam, bang! Busts through one, busts through the other. Hopefully the girls in the side let her know it's a power jam. Big, look at these girls ready, that beautiful brace. Just one person ready just to be heaps annoying. Bang, straight in there. Adelaide's just busting in at the last minute, trying to break things apart.
Sydney trying to go for the solid hold and try and stem the blood flow while they've got the power jam happening. We do have Power Power standing
Oh, beautiful footwork from Harry Smiles to stay in.
The big 5-point pass now, Power Power back on the track and in amongst it. We are going to have to skate it the whole way out. Beautiful pirouette on the way out of the pack there from Power Power.
And gorgeous blocking from the Sydney girls to hold them back so long that Power Power could get back on.
Leave out of that power jam, they only got the one 5-point pass. That's well held.
And look at these Sydney girls just absolutely bring Harry Smiles to a standstill. Meanwhile, Power Power just ready to just smash it out again. If you're watching it at home, she's approaching now. Here she goes. Bang!
You may have missed her because she got down super low, but she kept on going.
Maybe too low. She ended up on the floor, to be fair. Power Power through again for a grand slam. Meanwhile, Harry Smiles reversing. She's rewinding.
I think she's looking to do the winder run at the pack. But
Moonwalk's not what you're after.
Move with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want the running man, not the moonwalk.
Yes. Canberra, can I just say, best on ground for their inflatable couches that they've just brought everywhere with them. They've absolutely torn it apart. 88 now, the Philistine for Adelaide up against 88. Minky. Oh my God, it keeps happening.
Let's put these double numbers up against each other. They're just trying to mess with us.
Bingo callers have shutters going up and down their backs.
Two fat ladies that aren't fat at all on the backs of both of these skaters. Oh, and Minky being taken down.
And awkwardly trying to get up using her face by the look of it.
That's never a good plan. Hands and knees are a much better option.
Yeah. Feet, even. I'd give a crack at feet. Meanwhile, both girls really struggling. Philistine being recycled back, but Minky now breaks her way through, just fixes her wrist guard, has a calming moment, and here she goes. She's back off again. Philistine, she's about to pass her now. There she goes.
Philistine looking to go for the star pass. Oh, no, was just going for the sneaky stash.
Just wanted to just reassess it. Just went, nah, it's not lucky like this. I'll do it again.
She needs to go for the backwards flip around. I see some of the jammers do that, and then they put it back on in the sideways style. Maybe give that a little bit of lucky try.
Really good one in Adelaide where Crusher Ramon put it on, but she got it over one eye. Just went pirate style. Who needs 3D vision when you crush a Ramon? Kilikazi now lining up for the Adelaides up against Moody Bitch for the Sydney Roller Derby girls.
And Adelaide's coming back to meet Moody Bitch right at the line. As we've got Kilikazi pushing hard at the front and being held and having to
be recycled
the way back.
Oh, that would have hurt. Meanwhile, Moody Bitch is through. She's got feelings, and they're paying off. Kilikazi still struggling to break through this pack. Sydney Roller Girls absolutely dishing it. Crusher Ramon, speaking of, she's popped on the panty and done it properly this time.
Decided to go with the two, the double vision.
Yeah, she likes a bit of 3D nowadays. She's really stepped stuff up.
I'd like to say I'm pretty sure playing roller derby is a 4D action.
Yeah. Trinket now lining up for Adelaide up against Power Power for Sydney.
And again, we're going with the pivot line start.
You can hear in the background, that's the cheer squad from Adelaide. They do have a songbook. It gets less in tune the later the day gets. I don't know if it's a beer-related thing, but you take from it what you will.
I'm pretty sure it's not available on iTunes right now. And Power Power! She found the inside line, but instead she found the wrong side of the inside line, having to yield a long way back.
Oh, it's Trinket, Lee Jammer, and the Adelaide crowd cut sick.
Oh, Power Power copping a whole lot of love and attention from the Adelaides.
Not the good kind, though. Not if you're Power Power. Anyway. Oh, meanwhile, sliding her way through Trinket and then just gets the crowd, just gets the girls forming all around her again.
If this was a baseball game, that definitely would have been called in safe at home.
And Trinket tries to call it off for quite a while. And
I've seen a lot of the jammers this weekend actually, as they were doing the call off,
having to scream.
At the referee.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the stress of the event or whatever, but they're having it quite emphatic with how they're calling things off.
I think a lot of the the jammers still going with the old butterfly tap on the hips as well. Need to go big hands. I've seen a lot of the resurgence of the from panty to hips is a good call.
Ra now lining up against Brad Pitt. Girls are away. Brad Pitt, nice little inside line. Doesn't work for her. She tries the outside. She tries the middle now. That's not working either. Ra doing pretty much the same thing, but Brad Pitt, first one to break through.
It looks like Ra's taking off the panty and going for the star pass, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Nope, she's just on the stash. Decided she wants to go it alone.
Adelaide doing a lot of the star stash at the moment. Have you seen much of that from other leagues?
I've seen a lot of it from everybody.
Oh, rock and roll call off. I hope you saw that like we saw that.
I felt that.
Magic. Moody bitch now lining up against the Philistine. Timeout happening. Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but heaps of the skaters are in fact wearing skates. And I don't know if you know where some of those skates came from, but some of those skates came from Rydell. You got anything you know about Rydell, Psycho Dyko?
Rydell are amazing. They're one of our gold sponsors here this weekend, and they actually had the naming rights to Wavo Track 1 penalty box and the 80s Chrome Rydell High after party. I'm looking forward to that one. They are also, for over 70 years, Rydell has been the innovative leader in the roller skating industry, and they are unmatched in quality, unmatched in performance.
Yeah, good way. And do you know where we are? Where are we?
We are presently at the Adelaide Showgrounds.
Hey, do you know what the Adelaide Showgrounds? They've got big plans. Have you heard about those big plans?
I have heard a whisper that I am very excited about. Apparently, they have put in a bid to host the Women's Flat Track Roller Derby World Cup in 2017.
Really?
Fingers crossed.
And how did you know that, mate?
May have heard it from a little birdie or two.
It's probably written in that bit of paper that's in front of us saying things to read.
Don't say that.
Oh, I know, I wrecked it. Philistine now lining up against Moody Bitch. Misinformed here with Psycho Dyko. We are 16 minutes left, 42 to 21. Bit of a slow start for the Adelaides, but it's still kind of in their reach.
Definitely in their reach. There is plenty of time left in this match up between these two fantastic teams, and the Philistine having to yield, but she makes her way around.
She's very strong at staying inside the lines. Beautiful colour up.
She's past kindergarten with a flying A's.
Oh, mate, she had a pen licence at 2. Moody Bitch, however, is being held back as well by the Adelaide. He's finally finding form in their blocking. Just at the same time, though, the Sydney girls really doing a solid job on the Philistine. It's really anyone's game as to who's going to come through first here with Lee Jammer, but it's looking like... Oh, there it is, Sydney through Lee Jammer as Ren has to give it up.
From Chewy as well, coming in for the assist, working the offense for her Jammer to help her through, and the Philistine has made her way out of the pack. She'll be very relieved to get herself some open space to go skating.
Classy work here from the Sydney girls. They're working very well as a considered unit. Beautiful hit there from one of the Sydney blockers on Blue Renegade.
Also great work there from Fury of Fenrir, getting the track cut call. I believe I did see a jammer go to the penalty box.
Looks like it's just 2 blockers apiece, so this might be a little bit of a speed skate coming up now. It's the 2 legs 11 as Alcatraz. Oh no, she's still there as well. So 3 to the Adelaides, 2 to the Sydney girls. And the skaters are away, just leaning into each other, just for a bit of a check out. Yeah, Kilikazi! Lee Jammer.
But Pow not to be outdone. She has smashed her way through the back. And she looks like she is determined with those long, luxurious strides to get her way back around as quickly as she can. While Sydney blockers try to just run away from Kilikazi. So 0 points apiece, Kilikazi calling it off just as Pow was about to re-hit the pack. So we have Trinket hitting the line for the Adelaides and Minky wearing the star again for Sydney. 3 blockers apiece. Adelaide's blocker is, both blockers are standing up in the bin, ready to re-enter at any moment now.
And the girls are away. Trinket on the outside line, stays strong, holds it through the middle. Can she pop out? No, the girls reform around her.
Minky has been called as the lead jammer, but she has been swallowed back up.
Yeah, call it off, mate. Well done. Interesting. Did you see the lead?
See, so I wasn't sure why she was hesitating to call that one off, Minky.
Yeah.
She had the lead jammer status. She was behind. And still hesitating. I would have just straight away been like, I'm not going to try and catch that.
Do you feel like she felt that she may not have been leading?
I feel like she was trying to get confirmation from her bench first before she called that. Because she didn't look at her jammer ref, see the hand up, and then just double check with her Benji. This is what you want me to do?
Moody Bitch now up against Ra. Moody Bitch just being recycled back. Doesn't take much for her to catch up pace though. Beautiful skater.
Fast. Oh, and Ra pushing at the front, but Moody Bitch.
Beautiful work.
From behind. Some of these jammers are quite adept at slamming the pack from behind. Slicing their way through, and Ra still working hard at the back to try and find the open space, but Sydney not even giving her a millimetre of light to step through.
Blue Renegade back on the track now.
Whistles
and
Ra finally
busts her way through.
Oh, going for the massive hit there, Crusher, not quite nailing it. Big 4 points on the board for Sydney.
And it is now 50 points to 21. No, 54 points to 21. That was a 9-point jam, 12 minutes left. Adelaide really needs to start picking up their game soon, or it's really going to start to step away from them here.
I feel like their blockers need to. They keep getting quite frazzled. As soon as one of them gets picked off, they seem to lose their formation and just be floundering. They need to really keep it tight and maintain their composure on the track because it's getting too many penalties.
Yeah, and they've been playing a calmer game, but I think these Sydney girls have really rattled them straight off the bat. Hard hits, beautiful teamwork, and it's really thrown them for a 6, and they just don't know how to cope at the moment.
They're doing quite well now, holding the formation at the front, but it looks like they've found themselves called for an elbow.
Meanwhile, Philistine being held back, Mosquito being sent off. And there we go, Pow through, lead jammer. Pow approaching the pack. Philistine still not through. She's taken a panty off. See how this plays out. She's gone to ground, taken a while getting up. Pow through again, but looks like that one kind of hurt her a little bit.
Looked like she took a few hits through that one. She was, for the first time today of this game, I think I've seen her actually winded coming out of the track, out of the back.
Philistine through now. She's got the panty on, just popping it on. Pow having a crack now. Trying to bounce around, just get around her own girls.
Both sets of blockers speeding up, and
Pow! Beautiful! Little hit there from Bam Bilal getting Pow out, but she's super stoked anyway. Look at her just having a great time.
That's what I love to see. Derby players who are enjoying the game, because that's what it's all about.
Oh, it's been really good, especially this whole tournament. Just girls smiling, just not getting too carried away with the competition of it all.
That's it. It's obviously intense. Everyone's, keen to get involved and get themselves ahead in the sport, but everyone's also just enjoying it and having a great time, and lots of derby love.
Yeah, and you do something a bit silly. You have a bit of a chuckle about it, don't you? Brett Pitt now lining up against Kilikazi.
Brad Pitt pushing at the front. Nicely held at the front there by the Adelaides, doing what we said they needed to do, keeping it nice and tight.
Meanwhile, these Sydney girls doing what they have been doing this whole time. Beautiful work, and Kilikazi just lightening the load a little bit. Here she goes. She's away.
Off and away and got the lead.
And it's a power jam. Here we go. All she needs to do is just get a cheeky 40 points, and the girls are right back in it.
It's only a couple of power jams. You never know what a power jam can bring. Slamming into the back of the Sydney pack.
Oh, inside line, beautiful work. She's through again. Might just be that little bit of enthusiasm kick that the girls need just to tee off going into the second half, because there's 9 minutes left here.
9 minutes left in the first half, whole second half to go. Still plenty of derby time left in this game. ADRD ladies are definitely still in it.
Especially because they're the only ones on the track at the moment. That's very helpful.
Them versus 2 blockers. We do have Sydney Gemma standing, ready to rock and roll. So Trinket's going to start it off.
All right, and that is
blast her as quick as she can.
Yeah, here she goes. Bounces around. Good work from the Sydney girls, holding her up. No help from the ADRD ladies, running interference. Mosquito being sent off.
ADRD ladies blockers just waiting back. They can see the Jammer about to return to the track, but she gets out in front. Lead Jammer to the ADRD ladies.
Oh, beautiful block there from the ADRD ladies, just recycling the Jammer to the back of the pack. Welcome back, Trinket. Here she comes to the pack. Nice little tiny apex jump there, getting held back by Antisocial by the Sydney Jammer. She breaks through now, as Trinket now has another crack with a little bit of help from her own teammates. She tries to take the inside line, it doesn't work. Sydney Jammer just goes to get in.
Very good track awareness there from Trinket, calling it off quickly just as she was about to be rejoined by Brad Pitt. Did manage to get the 2 points on the board for the ADRD ladies.
Moody Bitch now lining up against the Philistine. And 1 blocker.
One
for the ADRD ladies. How does that work? Does that work? Does the math work there?
It does. As soon as you got one standing up, the seat is available.
Game on. Here we go. 1-on-1. Didn't work. She gets through. Lead Gemma.
Antisocial did her best.
Philistine through as well, so that's wonderful. Mosquito back on the track, so we're almost getting back to even Stevens. And Mosquito does her best to hold her back, but she gets through, taps her head, then taps her hips.
Maybe she was going with the head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Always best to work from top to bottom. It's the Legs 11s up now. Kilikazi up against
Power Pouts for the Sydney Roller Derby.
6:36.
Adelaide Cheer Squad having an absolute blast over there with their song list. Oh, Kilikazi going with the jammer on jammer action and coming off second best with Power Power getting out front for the lead.
And Fury was on for seconds and she's off again, so that was a bit of fun. Just said, hello, I'm here. No, I'm done. She's off again.
It was much nicer sitting down and you've got cushion seats over there.
Yeah, what are you doing? This hurts.
Power Power keeping an eye out and calling it off just as Kilikazi was about to...
As Alcatraz causes a little bit of carnage at the back.
I love the carnage.
Trinket now lining up for the ADRD ladies.
It looks like we're going to have Trinket versus Minky again.
Is your favourite lineup, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Look at you, so happy right now.
I am, because it's just... I
Three apiece.
Being Trinket as well. I'm a bit of a midget myself. I know you
no, you're not even a bit of a midget, mate. You're very short.
I'm pretty sure I'd come up to Minky's hip if I was out there right about now.
And that's with skates on.
Trinket pushing hard and having to yield. Minky has also had to yield. But she gets around in front and gets the lead for Sydney. Trinket dodging, diving, ducking her way through. She's
good little brace getting formed by Adelaide, just getting ready for the onslaught of Minky. Meanwhile, Fury Fenrir off again, looking close to getting fouled out, I reckon, in about 2 jams.
Yeah, that's a lot of time since being in just a couple of rounds.
I reckon whatever you're doing, stop doing it.
That's not working, clearly. And the referees don't like it.
You might be doing it fine every other time, but the refs aren't happy right now, so...
And Blue Renegade has busted out of the back with the star on, so we've had the pass.
She is a jammer in Adelaide, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
Oh,
Minky through, strong on the legs.
Super strong. Just, I feel like she actually lined up the blockers on purpose there.
Fury's back on. There we go, 4 points, 0 to Adelaide. Okay, so 32 to 80. Some might be guessing that the score might be getting a little bit away, but, you know.
Only ever so slightly.
Only ever so slightly.
We've still got plenty of derby left.
Moody Bitch now lining up against Ra. Just makes me weirdly happy to say that name. Ra, how lovely.
Ra.
No, it's more Moody Bitch, bit of fun. Girls are away. Oh,
Ra. Almost stopping an elbow to the face.
almost that. We're not saying that it happened, but it looked like it happened.
That's it. Our referees are 100% all over it. We do have different angles from the referees as well, so everything's comparative.
Good disclaimer, Psycho. And Moody Bitch. Oh, just one more to get past. Ooh, bang. She gets through. Solid on the feet, Moody Bitch.
Quite pretty, one leg up. Doing almost the artistic skating on the way out.
Meanwhile, Ra not having as much luck. She's being held up quite a while now.
She's been held up the entire lap of the track. But now...
And handed it off to Harry Smiles. Harry putting it on. Let's see if she can have a little bit more luck. No, she can't, because Mitrovic called it off.
That's definitely been a key all weekend as well. Excellent track awareness by the jammers. From every game that I've seen, they're very, very aware of their position, the positions of their opposition jammers. Sometimes not so aware of the opposition of blockers that come up and wipe them out. But
you know what I like at the moment? This whole TGSS, it's been the game of the blockers at the moment. They're having to play such a defensive game as well as an attacking game. It's not just their job, like it's so much more their job now to break apart those packs as much as it is to be those packs.
Absolutely, they've got to be the D and the O all at once. And Power Pout out in front. Oh, Philistine hot on her heels. We got a jammer race and Power Pout decides she doesn't want to play that game. I wouldn't either. Philly was coming super fast.
All right, Killer Kazi now lining up against Brad Pitt. And just the benchy from Sydney just getting his tie-dye out there.
It is magnificent tie-dye.
Just wanted his presence to be felt.
He felt he hadn't had enough camera time.
I haven't spoken to you yet.
And Killer trying to push her way through.
Not working. Brad Pitt. Oh, she's out. Power jam now for Killer Kazi. If she can get her way through safely, it's game on. Put the speed skates on.
It looks like we've had the star pass. Harry Smiles coming out with the star.
Harry Smiles never jammed, but she's jamming heaps.
She's not a jammer, she's just a pivot that can do the job.
Do the job. Sorry for the deep voice there, guys. Got weird. Harry Smiles now trying to bust through the back. I've lost Psycho Doko for a sec. Strong feet on Harry Smiles. Little cheeky spin. She's through.
I feel like you lied to me when you said she's not a jammer. That was some pretty footwork.
No, I just said she hadn't jammed yet. Here she goes, though. Let's see it happen. Oh,
yeah. Tiptoeing on the toe stops on the inside for a big 5 points. Harry Smiles.
Maybe the benchies need to reassess in the Adelaides and, you know, mix things up a bit. Harry Smiles tearing it apart.
She is absolutely killing it out there at the moment.
Oh, and then does a break dance. It was a break dance.
Slayer Kitty with a massive hit. And Brad Pitt is back on track and in amongst it. Oh, she found the outside. Instead, she found herself a nice big hit. It looks like that was Alcatraz with a massive hit and then forcing her to yield.
Harry Smiles just stuck in a really thick pack of Sydney. Meanwhile, through Brad Pitt, 4 points. Beautiful work.
Skate this one the whole way out. 16 seconds left in the jam.
Any advantage now that the Adelaides had is fast diminishing the longer this jam goes on. But they're doing beautiful work now, holding back Brad Pitt. Look at that. That is a solid unit right there. The girls working together.
Excellent work. Great work there from the Adelaides to hold on, but still, she got the 4 points on the board.
It's the fitness of Sydney that's it's really shining through. The girls only played a jam ago, like a bout ago. So they had one off and then they were back on.
Absolutely can see that they've been doing their endurance training. That jam saw Sydney get 8 points on the board and Adelaide's get 13 points. We're at half-time now. Sydney on 93 and Adelaide's on 45. There is a chance Adelaide still have an entire half to pull it back.
Yeah, now we're going to take a quick break and we'll see you back here shortly. See you later. Bye.
Like a pizza box that's been converted into a toilet seat, really.
First time I saw one, I was like, oh, well, that's rubbish. That's literal rubbish.
And it's going to just fall apart as soon as someone sits anywhere near it. But they are absolutely amazing. And trust me, if you are coming down to TGSS for the finals tomorrow, you want to get yourself one of these because the floor is cold. It is very, very cold.
And it's only one bit of cardboard. But that's one bit of cardboard between you and piles. So what's your option going to be? Do you know what I mean? I'll pick that box.
And it's also got fantastic back support, which is what you're always looking for sitting on the ground.
That's the main issue. It's the back support that's absolutely smashing it now. No one here in the crowd needs core strength anymore. They just need $10.
I mean, all these people in the front row would be so much more comfortable if they had their bums in a bum box.
Absolutely. Now, hey, are you ready to kick off this second half? Psycho Dyko.
Am I ready? Am I ever? I'm as ready as Adelaide's cheer squad are to sing at any given moment. So it looks like we're going to start it off with Moody Bitch from Sydney going head-to-head against Killer Kazi from the Adelaides. And we are starting the second half with a clean penalty box. I may have just cursed the entire track with the commentator's curse. Never know what's going to happen after we say that there's a clean penalty box.
Nah, that's not a thing, Nate. It's fine. Look at that. They're about to kick it off.
It'll be fine. There'll be nobody in the penalty box for a long time.
No, this will be a completely clean game for the rest of it.
I want to see some good, solid 5-on-5 roller derby.
My bet for how this plays out, the Victorian team will win.
Swoop in out of nowhere. Just see Giles flying across, cleaning house.
Okay, the girls are away. Moody Beach versus Kilikazi. Moody Beach first to approach, bouncing her way around. Kilikazi just going for the I'ma gently press my way through.
Kilikazi trying to get any sort of leverage that she can, and it's just no good. And nice work there, Moody Bitch being taken out, being forced to go a long way back.
Yeah, Fura Fenrir doing better now at staying on the track, less getting kicked off, which is lovely.
It's something I think she's definitely going to have to focus on here in the second half. I have a feeling there are quite a number of letters next to her name. Nice big hit, but Moody Bitch able to stay inside the track and get herself the lead.
Here they go.
And I can't see the star there.
Oh, Kilikazi, a little bit of a star stash. Oh, Moody Bitch, bang! See you later by Mosquito, and she calls it off, but getting herself 4 points in the meantime.
That was a great hit there from Mosquito. Nice and clean, got down
Solid
low.
gear. Oh, hang on, look at this, look at this. Track pants tie-dyes come in, little benchy. He's got some feelings.
He's got some feelings and he wants to be heard.
No, but they're only quick ones, and he just popped off really, so no one really minds, it's fine. Trinket now, lining up.
Against Power lining up out there for Sydney.
Any complaints, any complaints, just give them to ADRD.com.au. Girls are away. Power round the outside, staying true to her name, Lou Gemma.
Nice work there from Trinket, sliding away back in underneath, underneath Slayer.
Power now, here she goes, just around the outside again. I don't even think she touched the skater that time.
I don't think she did either. And Trinket with the star in the hands. Looked like she was going to do a pass, but then she decided to hold on to it herself and just do the sneaky slide through. Having a bit of difficulty getting out star back on her head though. Oh,
Power. Man, she refuses to go out. So solid and such a stunning understanding of when she's inside and when she's outside.
She knows every single millimetre of this track and exactly her position on it.
She's Daredevil.
She is Daredevil. She's using echolocation.
Yeah, absolutely. Philistine now lining up for the ladies up against Minky for Sydney.
Watch out for Minky to do her slam bam coming through, ma'am.
Yeah, she absolutely did that on the inside line.
That is her patented move. Drop the shoulder.
Maybe this
is legal and just charge on through.
Maybe just pop a couple skaters just straight in front of her instead of just the one next time, I reckon.
I feel like they need to do like a pace line right in front of her and just try and hold her back.
Just hope for a strong domino. Oh, Fura Fenrir off again. Oh, that's got to be getting close, doesn't it?
There's got to be a lot of letters next to her name.
Philistine now just getting the inside line. She's busted her way through. As Minky now steps up, one of the Sydney girls absolutely gutsing it.
That was a great hit there from Antisocial to lay her out. Minky just looks like she's going for a casual Sunday skate.
Antisocial or?
No, Minky just having a casual
Minky, yeah.
skate.
Yeah, just relax. What are we doing, girls?
Super chilled. Well, she's like she first.
I don't even think
the jam line. She just lays out.
Just someone said, hey mate, just can you skate around in circles? If someone gets in your way, you just keep skating in circles. You just do that.
That's pretty much what she's doing. She's just like, yeah, cool, I can do that.
Bloody nailed it. Moody Bitch now lining up against Ra. Looks like it's 3 skaters apiece, but both skaters for opposing teams standing up, ready to go. Game on mole. Girls are away.
Nice work there from the Adelaide. He's getting Moody Bitch out off the line. And Ra has completely disappeared in the middle of the pack of Sydney. Moody Bitch.
Like a reverse birth for Ra.
That didn't work.
Oh, but she's here she goes. She's born. She's out.
Oh, and speaking of out, Moody Bitch getting laid out off the track. That was awesome work. Massive hit, and Ra now.
Oh, inside line, Moody Bitch, she's through. Alcatraz, she's out.
Ra trying to get as many points as she can before she calls it off. Decides that she's not going to get any more out of this. 3 points on the board for the Adelaides.
Okay, so it's 113-48 for Adelaide. Yeah, all right.
Pow on the line, legs 11, Kilikazi head to head.
Psycho Dyko sucks the fun out of my own life, so thanks for that, champ.
Saving you. You're welcome. Thank me later. Kilikazi going for the jammer on jammer. Pow just sliding on out of it. Those sparkly pouts giving her a whole lot of power on the buttocks there. Oh, and it's a power.
Kilikazi trying to break her way through that pack. It is not moving as Mosquito gets sent off and Pow through. Kilikazi breaking her way, doesn't need to. She's star passed over now to Blue Renegade, who's popped the panty on. Every single skater ever is now leaving the track. As Pow just has to get past one jammer. That was pretty simple because it's just one jammer. As Alcatraz tries to catch up to the very fast back.
Kilikazi, the only blocker out there, and she was held back by Low Blow Oreo. So Pow was like, cheers, bro. Let's slide on through here. I'll take that 5 points. 4 points.
Okay, now Trinket lining up for the Adelaides up against Brad Pitt. And it is possibly not even roller derby anymore. I'm going to hazard a guess and say this is just silly.
No, we got 2 on 2.
Oh, no, yep, Alcatraz has come back now. Whoop. False start. There we go. She's away.
Slight confusion with those whistles coming from the other track.
False start works!
Trinket yielded, and she has blasted away.
Her face even looked like she was surprised that it happened. So, well done, Trinket. Hey! Thought I'd stuff that. Here she goes, outside line. Oh! Goes down, calls it.
Oh, yes.
And 3 points to the Adelaides.
Managed to hold off any scoring there from Sydney as well.
I reckon they do that 60 more times. Game on. Oh, look at this. Big chat happening in front of us.
Serious chat between the head ref and the outside pack refs, by the look of it.
Just going, what do you have for dinner? I'm probably going to go the curry.
Are you guys pretty tired? Because these guys are skating really fast.
Yeah, I know. And they're so similar in colours. I'm actually colourblind. I shouldn't be here. So the girls are away. Philistine being forced out.
And Moody Bitch, power way out the back, but copping a big hit there. Bam Bam Belial, big hitter. Looks like Blue Renegade finds herself on the round of the whistle, and something big happened over there because the whole crowd went, oh, but unfortunately we don't have the best vantage point. And
all we know is Moody Bitch has come out of whatever just happened, which is very exciting. Meanwhile, Philistine, not as much luck. She's just getting bounced around the pack.
Trying to hold on, but she got stuck to the track.
Literally still stuck to the track. Is this even a thing? Like, is this even a thing?
Stuck to the track. Not so happy about that. I think she might have said bad luck. That was bad luck.
Yeah. That's got to suck the wind out of your sails right there. Moody Bitch now skates through.
Well, when that happens, and then you just come straight back into the middle of a whole lot of black.
But Philistine now still trying to desperately smash her way through. Gallant. Moody Bitch now approaching the pack. Star is off with the Philistine, but still in her hand. She's trying to get her way around. She does. Gets through 1, gets through 2, gets through 3. Pops maybe out the front, putting the speed skates on. There it is.
She's out. Very happy to be out there.
Oh, so much easier when you're not stuck to the track.
It is so much easier when half the track doesn't come with you.
I reckon there might be a bit of a timeout. I would hazard a guess. Or do we just let that go? Do we just let the fact that someone got stuck to the track go?
Yeah, apparently we're just going to let that slide.
Or not. I'm just going to let that stick, maybe.
Stick in your craw.
Oh, don't. Ra now lining up. Yeah, no, timeout being called.
Timeout while they go and put more tape back on the track.
Yeah, more tape, because that's what we need. Because that's not what ruined the last jam.
Well, Philistine ever so rudely ripped it back off the track.
Oh, I know. How dare she?
So long to put that tape
How
down
dare she wreck your circle with a dodgy skate? How dare she? Outrageous. I'd send her off.
So we've got Ra going to hit the line for the other ladies and Power Pout for Sydney.
And I think we just discovered why duct tape is not one of our sponsors here at TGSS. Because it's sticky. It's just too sticky.
Sticky in all the wrong places.
Oh.
Nobody likes things being sticky in all the wrong places. Power Pout finding it very sticky in amongst all the other ladies.
Oh, beautiful work.
Oh, Ra was almost loose. Didn't see the one last Sydney blocker right in front of her.
Harry smiles off.
Ra gonna have to skate this one all solo. No pivot to pass to. Doesn't need it. She's out on her own.
Oh, Power Pout. Very dramatic fall there.
Quite dramatic. I think she was halfway through about to call it off, but she went down, so it was really big hand.
When both of your arms go out as you're falling. We're only saying this because she's a phenomenal skater.
And she looked super surprised because she was like, I'm about to call this off. We got this. Oh, where did that come from?
Dear, that's actually hurt. Timeout being called. I think they've discovered something about tape. I'm not sure.
I think they have just realised they want to call the timeout to pull Minky back off the track because their jammer is in the bin.
I don't know if you need a timeout for that. Maybe you just wave at that person and go, off you pop. Just come in here for a second. But he's all right. He's got his own plans. All right, so.
That would have been a late cut call there.
Oh, Kelikazi. Surprise twist, Lee Jammer.
Exactly, Lee Jammer on a power jam.
Hey.
Stay away from the outside of the track. And
Blue Renegades being sent off.
That's because they clipped her wings, and look at that, charging around again. Kelikazi, big
Anti-social being sent off now, so it's just Mosquito. Let's see what she does here. Oh, no, Harry Smiles joining her as Kelikazi approaches the pack. Here she comes.
And Pow Pow's making her way back onto the track.
Let's see what the other ladies have got.
Harry Smiles and Mosquito saw it coming.
Oh, not heaps. Pow must just be so strong on the legs. Because those girls were super prepared for her, and she just banged straight through the middle.
They were braced and ready to go, and
she's slippery, man. That's beautiful.
That is some awesome work. Pow Pow, definitely living up to her name. We got the Minky and the Trinky, and we also had some tie-dye on the track.
He looks so calm. I think the tie-dye is just throwing us off guard, but he's very involved. The girls are away. Minky, oh, big hit from Alcatraz, but she just bounces back up again. Beautiful, like a Chumbawamba song. She bounces around now and is lead jammer. Meanwhile, Trinket just stuck in, just a
heck of a lot of traffic.
Absolutely.
Oh,
beautiful work from Trinket, getting nice and low.
Minky just casually skating around to come back up to the pack. Finds herself being held back. Alcatraz trying to hold her off.
Trinket approaching again, but they call it off.
Minky just squeezing out just a 1 point there.
Well, now it's 136, sorry, to 60. 18 minutes left. And there's a little pinky finger there.
It was a little
Moody Bitch here, now lining up against the Philistine.
I'm not sure what's happening there. I think there might have been a little private joke as Minky was slipping us the single digit.
Girls are away, busy, dirty pack. It's going to be curious to see who pops out first.
Both jammers working hard, but Moody Bitch is the one who gets out in front, gets the lead.
She's been doing beautiful work, the fitness on Moody Bitch. Do you know what I mean?
She has definitely been doing her endurance and cardio.
Meanwhile, Bam Bam Bilal being sat in the naughty corner. Moody Bitch is making light work of the other ladies through for another Grand Slam. Meanwhile,
the Philistine is holding on to her star, looking for an opportunity to get through. Oh, she has done the star pass.
Very rare to see the Philistine actually get frazzled enough to take the star off her helmet. So
I think she's still scarred on the inside from that running with the outside
tape,
of the track.
the whole tape issue. Vera Fenry now just got the star in her hand, but having not as much luck either in getting through this solid wall of Sydney. Moody Bitch now approaching. Philistine, Fury of Fenrir now, breaks through. She pops the star on her head as Bam Bam Bilal just does another cheeky lap. She must have been on for seconds.
Massive 14-point there for Moody Bitch. Looks like they've extended that out 150 to the 60 still.
Great chance here for all these teams. I think their learning that's going on at TGSS is phenomenal.
TGSS is an awesome event for all skaters to come from everywhere, really, and come and have an awesome tournament and learn lots of skills and lots of new tactics and ideas.
And just learn where you sit. You know, you feel like you might be hitting hard and maybe you're not hitting as hard as you could be. Maybe you feel like your jam is jamming strong.
And Ra is trying to find a way around this pack. She does have the star in her hand. Oh, power with the slide through. She's been forced to yield though. Great work from Alcatraz.
Crusher Ramon popping the panty on. She's going to have a crack now. No. Oh, no, she's not.
She is not the jammer.
What's happened there, Psycho Dyko?
There was a call from the referee. I think as the pass happened, Raga called for a
panty on the floor. Panty down, panty down.
Illegal pass. And there was a very clear call from the referees that the jammer star had not been officially passed. Unfortunately, it looks like it has been dropped by the other ladies in not the best position.
No.
She's going to have to go backwards to go forwards.
Just enough to be annoying.
And Power calling off the jam just as Adelaide was standing up in the penalty box. Ra ready and raring to go. She is going to be given the panty back by Captain Facetious. Not going to have to go get it herself.
Alcatraz having a bit of a chat with the ref. Just going, what are you doing? Why?
What happened?
Why? Come on.
Ra very happy to be given that star back so she can just come straight out of penalty box. Anytime now as she's standing. And Brad Pitt ready to roll again.
It's been light on the timeouts.
This is good.
Yeah.
I like free-flowing derby and
oh, the anger just fueling Ra now. Oh, that was a hit with her face. That was a hit with her face. I hope she's okay.
She ginger touch to the cheek and she's
oh, and that was a knee to her head. That was a knee to her head. I hope she's okay.
Brad Pitt isn't going to be making any number one Showtime movies anytime soon.
Someone give her a cuddle after this, please.
I feel like she needs an ice pack.
Beautiful segue, though. Look at that, just being brought to a standstill. I'm sure this is right in front of the camera unless Sarge is in the way.
Both jammers just being stopped in their tracks.
Oh, look at this. Beautiful work from Blue Renegade, opening up the area for Ra to skate straight through. And she's been recycled back. The Adelaides may have left their charge a bit late, but it is very exciting now.
Blue Renegade, beautiful blocking.
So delightful.
Somebody slipped some whispers into their water bottles as Ra comes around again.
And she's through.
Going with the Star Stash to get away out of the pack. That is the first time we've seen Sydney go to the Star Stash. They have been so solid.
Yeah, that's absolutely shaken them. So hopefully Adelaide takes that on board.
They were very rattled by that. Even Cool Calm Collected tie-dye looks a little bit shaken up.
But it's hard to tell. Do you know what I mean? He's such a relaxed dude.
Moody Bitch is lining up again on the line for Sydney as Killer Kazi gives her a little touch off the line.
See, mixed messages. Moody Bitch seems so lovely. Like it's tie-dye seems so calm. Oh, Adelaide's through.
Moody Bitch with the switch to the outside, found a way around.
And Kilikazi now, here she goes. Outside doesn't work for her. She pops back in. Inside doesn't work for her. She pops back in. And she calls it off. 3 points!
That joyful 3 points call, reminiscent of VRDL taking on TVRD 2 years ago. Just 3 points.
That's all it needs, mate. Trinket now lining up for the adult ladies up against Pow Pow for Sydney. And we're on 75-162. Let's try to keep it within the 100, I reckon.
That'd be nice.
Let's take that as a victory.
I think they can do this. I have faith. They're doing a last ditch resurgence from the adult ladies. Oh, but Pow Pow just too powerful. Oh, that's skipping a hop.
Stunning.
She's off and
She's
away.
torn this game apart.
That technique is just beautiful to watch. Oh,
I think she comes across as quite trinket through now. I think she comes across because she looks so slight. I think she comes across as a bit of a light touch, but she's very much the opposite. She's so strong, so dedicated on her feet.
she has absorbed some massive hits here today.
And refused to go down. It's such a beautiful thing to watch.
I'm intrigued. Has Minky forgotten she's wearing the star? She's currently in...
I don't know. Let's watch this. I don't know if you guys can see the... Oh, no, there she goes. She's on the inside now. Oh, time
She's
out.
holding the position for her blocker to be able to get there. Holding the spot for
Ah,
Slay.
silly buggers.
Yes, I was a little confused. I was slightly concerned that she forgot that the panty that was on her helmet was the star and not the stripe.
Well, it's not like you can feel a panty, can you? You know what I mean?
I did watch a...
You went to a weird place then, didn't you?
It's a little bit weird between that and the panty stashing. But I did watch a jammer get put out onto the line. She was still wearing her pivot panty from the previous jam. They gave her the star and put it out there, and I just went, that's going to be interesting if she decides to do a star pass.
Oh, did she?
Luckily, no. I was kind of hoping for it because I was like, this is going to be fun to watch.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, guys at home. We've been doing this for 2 days straight now. Skaters, commentators, NSOs, refs, everyone, and this is the last bout of the day. Our brains are all fried, so everyone's doing fantastic work just to survive at this point.
Just to remember to move.
Worth? Is it actually worth waiting until they get all the way around before you, like, do you really need to run the clock out? Do you really feel 100 points? I guess it's a differential.
She's just trying to run the time out. I think just chew up some clock time. Maybe wear Blue Renegade out a little bit. Maybe she's taking one too many hits from Blue Renegade. She's like, we need to tire this skater out.
Yeah, she's killing me.
Moody bitch makes her way through, and she is the lead. Trinket trying to left, right.
Oh, inside! Oh, just gets tapped out before she makes her way through. She goes back again.
Having to weave through all of the referees.
All of the referees. Adelaide just really getting held up by referees and the track this bout. I really hope the track here got caught on camera because that was so weird.
And it was clear tape as well, so I really hope...
The clear tape's the thing that's been... The clear tape's the thing that's been throwing me this whole bout. Why are we not just using the yellow tape? Why does the clear gear go over the top of it? Because clearly, it's annoying.
It is. But I just hope that they
And
can
very
see it.
sticky. Sticky to the point of actually bringing a skater to a standstill.
I was hoping that they might be able to see the clear tape at home, otherwise it's just going to look like it's some sort of...
Oh, she was just grabbing at her wheels.
Pre-special effects added in. Oh, what's going on?
Pow Pow now up against Ra. Pow Pow bouncing her way through. Ra desperately trying to take that inside line. She does. Pow Pow tries the same thing. But Ra is the one that comes through with the goods. She is lead jammer.
Pow Pow now having to start from a long way back in the pack. Trying to find a way around. Adelaide's recovering quite well. Putting it to a standstill, and Antisocial just seemed to stop and let her pass.
Yeah, just kind of got her in a really good position, but and then that was it. so we've got now Minky lining up against Killer Kazi.
Keep a close eye on Minky, number 88 in the black. She is going to fly forward, and let's see if she does her powerhouse slam.
180 up against 79.
Keeping it within the 100-101 range.
Yeah.
So Adelaide's holding it tight.
Hopefully Adelaide can get one more point on the board, and then it'll basically look like a draw.
Minky being held up, not being able to find a way through, and out in front we have Adelaide's with the power jet. No, we don't, with the lead.
Nah, just with the lead, mate. Early days.
I'm too excited. Minky actually ducked low for a second. I couldn't see her in the middle of the pack.
But here comes Killer Kazi again for her point-scoring pass. Oh, bust her way through. Beautiful work from Killer Kazi. Grand Slam jam. Exciting stuff. And the Adelaide is staying strong.
Oh, and Minky going for the star pass. That's the first time we've seen her do that. She's been quite solid on the skates and not having to go for the star pass. And Blocky Balboa has the star in her hand, looking for an opportunity to find a way out.
Big hit there from Killer Kazi, on Killer Kazi. Took her a little while to get up from that one. She's back in now, not pulling it off though. She's going to try to smash her way through, crush her and moan. End to that bout, 4 points. Yeah!
Great work there from the Adelaides. That's fantastic holding.
So 88 now to 180.
And now we've got Brad Pitt back on the line against Trinket. And 4-on-4, full sides, both ways. Jammers are going to have to work their way through.
Girls are away. Oh, inside line, going down so awkwardly and getting sent off. Power jam, Trinket through. No, off. Sorry, both girls off.
So Trinket's got the long skate around to the bench. So some advantage here to Sydney as they were first to the penalty box. So Brad Pitt.
Oh, Trinket, back she pops.
Trinket
just lunging.
Just practicing her lunges, just prepping the legs.
As Fury Fenrir gets sent off. All right, so a lot of curious things happening at the moment. We anti-social's been sent off now as my God, Trinket is just getting hit left, right, and centre, and it is brutal. I don't think she's got organs anymore.
I think she's gonna wake up tomorrow with some massive bruises around the torso area. She has done the star pass. It looks like Blue Renegade has it, and she has found her way out of the pack. Wouldn't be surprised if Brad Pitt. Oh no, we have no lead jammer here, so they're gonna have to skate it the whole way out.
This has been an interesting jam. Oh, didn't pay off.
Brad Pitt too solid on the skates. It's a bit of a gamble going for the jammer and jammer.
Oh, apex jump, bang, she's in front.
Especially on this very slippery track, the jammer on jammer is a bit of a risky move. Blue Renegade coming around again. Brad Pitt tiptoeing through the inside, working to the outside. Blue Renegade has disappeared in amongst it all, but there she is, she's popping out.
Messy, dirty pack, and an end to that jam. Blue Renegade. Well done.
Very scrappy.
Timeout being called by the Adelaides there. It was scrappy, wasn't it?
Very scrappy. Both packs, both sets of blockers just seem to really be trying to find their feet. Thrown off entirely.
Now, looking at the penalties, we can't see it. Both of us wear glasses. Someone's already been fouled off from black by the look of it. We didn't catch it.
That was Carnivore got fouled off.
We do apologise for missing that. A lot of people on red look like they're about to get like half the team.
So all together, as four of the numbers very close together, have decided they all want to play in the same league of penalties.
There are about 2 from black that look like they're about to get fouled off.
Yep, definitely.
So we have 1 minute 22 left. So hopefully the girls, like, just be survivors. Here we go. Just as we're about to start, here we go.
So Moody Bitch is going to go out there for Sydney, and Ra wearing the star for Adelaide's.
Adelaide's cheer squad being absolutely beautiful in their cheering all this time. Right now, desperately trying to break through the pack. Alcatraz being sent down. Not someone that normally goes down at all.
That was a big hit. She looks surprised by that one. She's back up and laying out a hit herself on Moody Bitch, but she busts her way through, gets the lead for Sydney. And yes, there has been a star pass. Coming out of it is Harry Smiles. Oh, trying to hold her back, but Moody Bitch just too strong on those toe stoppers, towering on the inside line. Looks like getting a signal to just keep skating from her bench there, Moody Bitch.
Harry Smiles just struggling even putting the panty on at the moment. No, she's got it on now. She's away. Got her focus face on.
Making her way into the pack, trying to find open space. Adelaide's helping her clear house, but Blocky
causing a bit of carnage. She's through.
Great work from Harry Smiles. Oh, great work there from Alcatraz. Taking out Moody Bitch and making her go the long way round.
Oh, and almost again, just really trying to knuckle her down. But Moody Bitch, 2 women against her, still has the strength to push back. And that is a skill. That's the strength of this Sydney team right there.
Super strong. Very strong in the legs. Moody Bitch has found her way out. Harry Smiles can just see her in the middle of it, trying to get her way out, while Adelaide's trying to assist, but now they realize Moody Bitch is coming around again. 2 blockers left on the track for the Adelaides.
Alcatraz, Moody Bitch, game on. There we go. And Pressure Ramon now joining her. Bang, not enough. And she calls it off. Unofficial score, triple digits, 200 to 100. Cheeky 100 points in it. Oh, such an exciting bout, guys. Oh, 205 to 103. Everything happens a little bit later than we realised. It's been a bit of fun being here. Now we've got a big day tomorrow, Psycho Dyko.
Massive day tomorrow with all of the finals happening. Hopefully you guys can get down and join us here at the beautiful Adelaide Showgrounds.
If you can't, please make sure that you tune in and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've had a great time being here. Enjoy what's about to happen, just with the little skate arounds. My name's been Misinformed.
And I am Psycho Dyko, and thanks very much for joining us. Have a great night.